Hey guys, Charlie here. Today we're going to be discussing Takedown, what's wrong with it, how to fix it, and how to make this mode way better. I saw a post by Brawl Stars, this graphic here talking about the most common and the least common game modes, and Takedown was among them. And here you can see the voting for which modes to bring back next season. Takedown had the lowest percentage. Now Takedown has many problems, and you can see here this lobby was only Colts, and that's one of the biggest issues. Colt has such high DPS. Now at the higher ranks, you will basically only see Colt being played, and that is a huge problem, that there's only one character that can really be used in this game mode at high rank, which is really unfortunate, not giving any other brawler a chance to shine. And at the start, sometimes everyone will just team up and they'll all focus on the bot, and it's just whoever did the most damage, and it's usually pretty close. But sometimes at the very start, the person that you spawn next to will just immediately start trying to hunt you and eliminate you instead of going for the bot. Now that all this time has been wasted fighting each other, and there was probably a group of two who didn't fight and went for the bot, me and the person I was fighting will get a low rank and lose trophies, whereas the people who just focused on the bot and weren't fighting amongst each other as much did much better and gained trophies. So it's a bit of a weird system there. And there are a couple other brawlers who have similar DPS, but it just doesn't work out as well. 8-Bit has some great DPS, especially with that one gadget, but he's so slow it would take forever to get to the bot, especially when the bot dashes away. You could try doing Lola with that one star power for the increased damage and whatnot, and I'm sure it would work fine. But Colt, with his damage, his output, his star power that helps that, his gadget that reloads, it's just so strong to be playing Colt. And I've also seen some people at the lower ranks usually just go around fighting people or collecting cubes the entire time, and then they go try to fight the boss at the end. And while that might work at lower ranks when the bot doesn't get taken out immediately by all these Colts, it could work using Bull or something and showing up with 15 cubes and dealing crazy damage on that boss. But at the higher rank, like I'm saying, immediately all the Colts rush the bot and do a quarter or half of its health immediately. One other problem is that sometimes the game is going great, everyone's fighting the boss, and then you get taken out and the random spawn puts you on the exact opposite side of the map, and you're so far from the bot that it's going to take you so long to get back there, and then you have to catch up on the damage that you missed. And the shield could activate right there, like I missed my super. So you never know. It's a bunch of different possible problems. But now let's go on to the solutions quickly. So I think, first of all, for the problem I just mentioned, spawning too far, having to walk super far if the bot's in the other corner, and then you just lost at that point, I think one possible solution to that would be smaller maps. So if the map was smaller and you did get taken out and you did happen to randomly spawn on the opposite side of the map from the bot, you could still get there decently quickly to try and catch up on damage, etc., because it's not such a long walk, because it's such a long map. So that's one thing I think that would help. Another thing, I can post up a little graphic here, the corridors to force fights. So what I mean by that is, if you had a smaller map and if people spawn in little groups of 2 and they usually end up fighting or something, if we made it so that there were like corridors that started wide and got thinner so that it forced you to fight as you got closer to the middle where the bot is, it would make it so not just everyone walks right up to the bot and attacks it, and it would kind of force more fights. And I think another solution that would enforce this more fighting, which I think is really the whole purpose of Takedown and why they even created this game mode, they thought people would fight a lot more and then having to deal damage to the boss, and it sort of worked like that. Anyways, the fix I think would be great is, right now the bot gets like a 20 or 30 second shield, and it lasts forever, and everyone's sitting around waiting, and they end up fighting and waiting, and then they all explode all their damage onto the bot as soon as that shield's gone. And well, that's fine. I think if the bot had a 5-second shield and then 5 seconds of no shield, and that was repeating, or even maybe 10 seconds, it would work a lot better, because there would be a small window of time where everyone's just trying to fight the bot, and then there'd be a small window of time where they can't fight the bot, so they have to fight each other, and then a few of them would be eliminated, and then they'd start respawning, but then the shield would go back down on the bot, so then the people who survived that fight while the shield was on could start damaging the bot, and it would, I don't know, it would prevent the everybody's just teaming up and attacking the bot. And it would also enforce or suggest fighting more because you have this time to sit around, and if you take people out, you can get their Qs, etc., to increase your damage when the shield is back down. And I think it also just, the shield in its current way has messed me up. Like, for example, in the video earlier, I died and spawned far away and ended up going back to the bot. And then I used my super on the bot to try and catch up on damage, and then the shield activated. And then the shield lasts like 20 seconds. So as soon as I got to the bot, I now have to try to survive the 20 seconds or whatever until that shield goes down so that I can now do damage to it to now catch up from before that shield had started. Hopefully you guys got through that. That was a little complicated. But I think the current shield just doesn't work, and Colt is too strong. There's almost no reason to choose other brawlers. It's very tough unless you're, you know, sub 700 or whatever. And it's just problematic. Now I'll post this image once again, but you can see the 3 least played game modes are all PvE. Once again, player versus enemy or computer controlled character. And I think, you know, when those game modes first came out years ago, they were fun and enjoyable and people liked them, but then as time went on and people played them more, they realized there was a bunch of problems with them, or they were just straight out getting boring over time, and there hasn't really been much done with that over time. So I think, you know, there is that graphic, so they must be aware of it, and hopefully they do some sort of rework to all of these PvE modes, because it's just, you know, it was fun to push up to level, or whatever you call it, 16 in boss fight, but you know, if you do that once or something and then it comes back again the next weekend and you got to restart it all, and you know, you do it for the quest and then you never touch it again because it's just not that much point, you know. And I don't know, even Robo Rumble and stuff, sometimes it's good to finish a quest with a certain brawler because they're better at that, you know. I sometimes do Pam on Robo Rumble, but I don't know, those game modes have gotten boring, and the only reason I play them is for the quests. And if there weren't quests to play them, I just wouldn't play them at all, I don't think. Not anymore. When they first came out, I would, but not anymore. As the video only has a couple minutes left, I do want to mention, guys, please go check out my Discord. The link is down below. I would really appreciate it. I also am the official content creator for Cryptic. They have a great Discord. They have a bunch of great clubs. You got to go check them out. Link down below as well. You know, we have passed 300 members in Discord. We're trying to keep going for 400, and I'm almost at 500 subs in YouTube. So that is awesome. I'm trying to put out more shorts, put out one every weekday. Hopefully that should help a bunch of new people discover my content, and it's just new content for anyone that already enjoys my content. And I'm trying to do merch. I'm looking into a few websites, and I know a bunch of my viewers are overseas, so shipping's a little difficult, but I'm trying to see what I can do and keep it a fair price so it's not ridiculous, plus the shipping and all the taxes and all that. And last quick thing of note, I am less than 100 trophies away from 50,000 trophies, finally. So that will probably be the next video. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that video. I'm just going to do some edits with music, commentary, or what gameplay I'm going to show, but we'll do something. 50K, finally hit it. Holy moly. Please let me know your thoughts on Takedown and the other PvE modes. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, what you hate, what you would change. You know, I'm open to hear some other feedback. Do you like the 5-second on, 5-second off shield idea? Do you think it's terrible? Just let me know your honest opinion. Let me know what you would change if you were the developers. Game's wrapping up here, but I love you guys. Thank you so much for sticking around till the end of the video. Thank you for the sub. Take care.